Do you know that you do not need to spend hours writing emails, Instagram captions, and wholesale promos every month? You can actually batch all of your marketing content in under an hour. No more blank docs, no more I'll just post later. Just swipe, tweak, and go. The Product Marketing Bank is your marketing shortcut. A done for you vault of high converting email copy, promo templates, sales strategies, and social media hooks. Custom built for wholesale brands. And yes, you'll even be shown exactly how to repurpose everything for your direct to consumer audience, saving you hours of time and energy. The Marketing Bank helps you show up with strategic seasonal content exactly when your retailers are planning their buys. If you're tired of Googling, what do I even say in this email? It's time to let the Product Marketing Bank do the heavy lifting for you. Join now at productmarketingbank.com. Here's a crazy stat for you. 90% of people will never follow up after they send a first email. 90% of salespeople will never follow up after they send a first email. Here's another staggering stat. 80% of sales happen after the fifth follow-up. So you're letting your warm leads go cold out of fear that you're being annoying. And the reality is that you're not being annoying. People get sidetracked. People sometimes never see your email because our inboxes are cluttered. Following up isn't annoying when it's done with value and intention. Hi, friends. Welcome to She Sells Differently, the show for aspiring women entrepreneurs looking to overcome the fear of selling and grow thriving businesses from a place of authenticity and confidence. I'm Andee Hart, and it wasn't all that long ago that I was a sales executive for a Fortune 500 company. But I knew in my heart that I was called to use my gifts for something more, something different. That's exactly why I created the She Sells Differently podcast. Each episode is going to deliver you business strategies, tools, and mindset shifts to help set you and your brand apart from our culture's expectations. It's time to elevate your sales and build a profitable, sustainable business you're proud of, one built on integrity, grace, and humility. It's time to learn how to sell differently. Welcome to the She Sells Differently podcast. I am so blessed that you are here and tuning in this week. Today, we are going to be breaking down the hidden habits that are killing your product sales. These are 5 things that you are probably accidentally doing, but at the end of the day, they are hindering your product sales. And I want you to stay tuned because at the end of the episode, I am going to be sharing a bonus shift that took one of my clients from crickets to consistent daily sales. And you don't want to miss this one tip that I'm going to share. If you're tuning in for the first time, my name is Andee Hart. I'm the host of the She Sells Differently podcast, and I help women with product businesses get way more confident and way more strategic in how they sell without feeling fake, pushy, or exhausted. And if you're tired of doing all the things but still seeing slow sales, this episode is your reset. I have helped hundreds of product makers get their products on retail shelves and help them sell more on their websites. From a strategic perspective, I've helped them sell in person. And there are some consistent themes that come up, consistent themes. And so I'm going to go over 5 of them today. So if you are multitasking, that is fine. You might want to save this episode and come back to it. because you're going to want to take notes on this topic. You're going to want to take notes because I'm going to give you 5 hidden habits that are killing your product sales, but I'm also going to give you some fixes for each of these habits to help reframe what you're doing and quickly scale those product sales. So, without further ado, let's dive on in. The first one, and you've probably heard me talk about this one before if you have tuned in to me for any length of time, but you're making it too hard to buy. Too many clicks on your website, an outdated website, or no clear call to action. Let me give you a couple of classic examples. Often I will be sitting in the evening and I'll be scrolling through a website, maybe shopping online, and I'm ready to make a purchase. And there is no clear path to actually give the company my purchasing information, meaning the website doesn't take PayPal or Apple Pay. And at the end of the day, I don't want to have to get up and go hunt for my credit card to put in your website. Don't make it difficult for me to have to buy. Make it easy to do business with you. And don't make me have to click through too many windows to get to the purchase screen. So it's like inviting someone to dinner and then forgetting to tell them the address. Make it easy. Your sales process should be convenient and super clear. So here's a quick fix. I want you to go onto your website and I want you to audit your own sales process like you are your own customer. And how many steps does it take from actually discovering a product to making a purchase? And is that an easy process to actually check out on your website? Survey some of your friends and family and ask them to give you an honest opinion. Does your website look outdated? How easy is it to make a purchase on your website? You wouldn't believe how many DIY websites I see that really look outdated. And what that conveys is a cheaper brand and a cheaper product. And people won't even get to the point that they try to make a purchase. So that's a whole other conversation. But make it easy to do business with your brand. Audit your sales journey. How many steps does it take? Is it very easy and convenient for the customer to do a one-click checkout with PayPal, Apple Pay? Don't make them get up. People are lazy at the end of the day, and a lot of people are shopping at the end of the day. Don't make them have to go find their credit card. It should be very, very simple. So I like to say a 7th grader should be able to check out on their own. Not that we want 7th graders checking out on your website, but they should be able to do it very, very easily. So that is the first one, that hidden habit. You're making it too hard to buy, overcomplicating it. Number 2, you're talking features and not feelings. Features and not feelings. This mistake means that you're focusing on what the product is and not what it does for your customer. I see this all the time, especially with candle makers, which I have a lot of candle makers that are my clients, and they will focus on this candle is 100% soy wax and it has completely clean ingredients. And at the end of the day, so what? So what? Harvard did a study recently about purchasing decisions, And 95% of these decisions are subconscious, meaning they're emotionally driven, not driven on feature sets, but on the transformation that your product provides, what it does for your customer. So your strategy here is, instead of saying this candle is made from 100% organic ingredients or whatever the feature set is, you're going to instead shift that to say why that matters, so that your home can smell good without triggering allergies. That is what the customer ultimately cares about. So your quick fix here is, the next time that you are going to write that email or that social media post, I want you to have a mindset shift and focus on that transformation instead of the feature set. Focus on what the customer cares about so that your home can smell good without triggering the allergies. Or maybe that this candle is ready to gift for next housewarming gift or birthday gift or whatever it is that is the quick fix that your customer desires. The third habit that is killing your product sales is you're relying too much on Instagram or TikTok or any social media platform as your entire sales system. Here's the truth bomb. Instagram, TikTok, fill in the blank with your favorite social media platform. Those are visibility tools, not your entire sales strategy. If you're panicking when your engagement drops, your strategy is too narrow. So you need to reframe. Real businesses don't live and die by likes or social media engagement. How you fix this is you pair that social media with email marketing that you actually own, SEO or search engine optimization, and other strategic marketing to have a well-rounded sales strategy. Because if you are putting all of your eggs in one basket, namely social media, which you do not own, then you run the risk of losing all of the customers that you have built up over time if something should happen to that platform. So it is best to have a multi-platform approach with email marketing, SEO, and maybe some strategic partnerships in addition to social media. So don't rely solely on social media to do your selling for you. The fourth hidden habit that's killing your product sales is you are hiding behind the product, meaning you rarely show your face or share your voice. I am guilty of this myself. The mindset is that from a sales perspective, people buy from people. They are buying products, but their loyalty is that they are staying with you as the brand, and that trust that you're building when you show your face and share your voice, it builds connection. And so my challenge to you is to take that 10 seconds of courage and show up on video this week, even if it's just one time. That courage, when you show up on video one time, it builds that muscle. Even if it's just short and sweet, when you do it one time a week, it builds that muscle. And what I have found is the times when I do show my face and share my voice is that those are the posts and the stories where I get the most likes. Interesting. Those are the posts and the stories where I get the most likes. So stop hiding behind your product and share some behind the scenes about how you're making your product, how you started your brand. Share the story behind your product. So that's number 4. Number 5, hidden habit that is killing your sale. You've heard me say it before, but you're not following up. Here's a crazy stat for you. 90% of people will never follow up after they send a first email. 90% of salespeople will never follow up after they send a first email. Here's another staggering stat. 80% of sales happen after the 5th follow-up. The 5th follow-up. So you're letting your warm leads go cold out of fear that you're being annoying. And the reality is that you're not being annoying. People get sidetracked. People sometimes never see your email because our inboxes are cluttered. Following up isn't annoying when it's done with value and intention. So when you create a follow-up script that feels like you and not like a robot created by ChatGPT, then it feels authentic. And so don't be afraid of following up because you are setting yourself apart in a crowded market. You're setting yourself apart in a crowded market. So let me quickly recap those hidden habits that are killing your product sales. The first one, you're making it too hard to buy, meaning too many clicks, outdated website, no clear call to action. Number 2, you're talking features and not the transformation that your product brings for your customer. Number 3, you're relying too much on social media and not integrating with email marketing. Number 4, you're hiding behind the product and not showing your face with your brand. And number 5, you're not following up. Okay, so maybe you're nodding along thinking, okay, this makes sense, but how do I actually fix these habits without reinventing the wheel every month when I am doing my marketing strategy? Or maybe you're thinking, I don't even have a marketing strategy, and that's exactly why I'm making these mistakes. So that's exactly why I created the Product Marketing Bank. It's your plug and play library of proven marketing templates, strategies, and sales assets that are designed to patch the leaks and fix these hidden habits and pump up your profit without the guesswork. So you don't need another one-off sales consult. You don't need to hire an expensive marketing agency. You need a system that you can rinse and repeat. So inside the marketing bank, you get everything you need to sell smarter and show up consistently and turn browsers into buyers. So you can check this out at productmarketingbank.com to get access. And you will thank yourself when you are able to batch plan a month's marketing campaign in an hour. You will thank yourself. So check that out, productmarketingbank.com. And here is the bonus tip that I promised at the beginning of the episode. How one of my clients went from 0 sales to daily sales just by switching from posting pretty product pics to sharing daily behind the scenes stories. So she made this shift and she was taking just her product photography and she actually started sharing and showing up with behind the scenes stories about her process and customer wins, retailer wins. And that consistent connection built trust. And trust sells, when her retailers were seeing this consistent presence and her face, the face behind the brand, it literally took her from 0 sales to daily sales. So that is my bonus tip for you, just making that simple shift. And you can do that as you're creating your product. So I challenge you just to make that shift. Try it even for just 2 weeks and see how it impacts your product sales. So that is it for today. Thanks for tuning in. And if you got value from today's episode, leave me some fan mail. There is a link at the top of the show notes. Leave me some fan mail. Let me know which tip resonated most with you. I would love to hear it. And tune in next week for another episode of the She Sells Differently podcast. All right, that's a wrap on today's episode of She Sells Differently. Friends, it would be a huge blessing to me if you would take 2 seconds to rate and subscribe to my podcast. New episodes drop every Wednesday. Until then, I'm cheering you on in your entrepreneurial journey. See you next time.